of heaven with the siege of prayers. Preach, Pastor Dawson. So what did that mean? New Providence Baptist Church. That we are soldiers in the army of the Lord. Okay. Growing up in church, we sang this song in transition about Bible from Sunday school in the morning. Going from class. We are soldiers. In the army, we have to fight. Although we have to cry, we have to hold up the blood-stained banner. Listen to this. Yeah, that's my song. We have to hold it up until we die. So that does not mean that every time, listen, I don't always have to roll up my sleeves to tell you what I'm made of. I can put up my Bible and tell you who I'm made of. Have mercy. And when I lift up my Bible and I show you who I'm made of, let you know that God made me and I'm standing on his word. Now I could put it down and handle my business, but I would rather pick it up and allow God to handle the business through me. And somebody can testify that you have been guilty in your past of putting your hands in stuff that God has already fixed for you. But when you put your hands in it, you mess it up. It stinks. Come on, talk back to me if you can. And so while you're trying to figure it out, God has already worked it out. And be not weary in well-doing. For in due season you shall reap if you faint not. Are you in here? So watch this. Watch this. Jesus gives us parable here to enhance our understanding about prayer. In this parable, we have two characters. We have two characters in this parable. We have an unjust judge. And we have a widow. We have a judge who has everything. Regardless of how he gained it, he has more than he needs. Then we have a widow who has nothing. Now, be a pretty simple parable if the judge was just. Now, hear what I just said? Book says he's unjust. Matter of fact, to his own admission, I don't fear God. And since I don't fear God, I don't fear you. I don't care if you're widowed or not. If I'm not going to fear God, I'm not going to fear you. Now watch this. Watch it. Judges in Israel were supposed to be God's representatives. Notice I said supposed to be. God's representative, administering, if you will, justice to those that needed it. 2 Chronicles 19:6-7 says, consider carefully what you do, because you are not judging for man, but for the Lord. For with the Lord our God there is no injustice or partiality or bribery. Now, this particular judge was exactly the opposite. Now, can I put a pin mark right here and chase this rabbit? Guess what? On the surface, he looked like every other judge. He looked good on the outside, but his heart was in the wrong place. Talk back to me. And what are you trying to say, Pastor Dawson? Just because you can put on a nice black suit with a red tie, I know I'm talking about y'all. And you can look preacher like a preacher, you can look like a deacon, you can look like the model church member, does not mean that your heart is not on the other side of town. Because God has some hobos, God has some whoremongers, God has some drunkards and some crackheads that can preach hoops, praying hoops, and singing hoops around the folk who come in church every Wednesday and every Sunday play in church. Talk back to me if you can. And so you ought to consider it a privilege and an honor to be in God's house at this time. Watch this. I'll get around. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. This judge is said to be one that feared not God.
Watch out, preacher.
Neither regarded man. He Preach about doctrine. And what were the commandments? According to Psalm 82, they were to grant justice to those who are oppressed and to the orphans. Acquit those who are poor and in need. Rescue the oppressed and the poor, saving them from the evildoer. That's what they were supposed to be doing. Watch out, Rick. So the question now, let me ask you, what are we supposed to be doing? Yeah, come on now. Because see, the idea is that we can get upset and we can look at this judge, this no-name judge. We can say he's wrong. We can say it's ridiculous. We can say he could have done better. But that's the very thing all of us can say about ourselves. Because in some areas of your life, you've done wrong. You could have done better. It's a sin and a shame. But God has given us another opportunity to right the wrongs. Oh, have mercy. Aren't you glad that God extended another level of grace to you? Because yesterday's grace is gone. When you woke up this morning, I don't care if it was raining on your side of town. When God woke you up, new mercies you should see. So this judge is corrupt. This judge is corrupt. He's corrupt. He's corrupt. Are you in here? He wants bribes. Listen, if you want me to take care of you, give me something in return. Oh, have mercy. So we have a corrupt judge, and secondly, we have a widowed woman. Widows are viewed throughout Scripture as vulnerable and helpless members of society. Widows regarded as being the most typical example of a person who was poor, without support of her husband. She was oppressed. She was defenseless. She had no money to bribe the judge, no money to secure legal counsel to represent her on her behalf. Yet she comes to this judge and says, listen, I need your help. I don't have no money. I don't have no, come on y'all, I don't have no family. I don't have no job. But what I'm asking you to do is help me out with these adversaries. The adversaries were tax collectors, folk who come knock on the door. Listen, I know your husband gone, but you still owe me. Talk back to me if you can. And then, some of y'all know about that, right? Listen, how many of you know that just because it ends don't mean the bill stop? Bills keep on coming. Are you in here? And sometimes you have money, sometimes you don't. But the bill collector knows your number and your address. Here it is. Verse number 3, notice the present tense verb. Verse number 3, was it just? And every day she begged and pleaded. Lord have mercy. She begged and she pleaded. You want me to read it for you? Look at verse number 3. And there was a widow in that town, watch this, who kept coming. Stop right there. She kept coming. And can I help you right here? The reason why some of us can never get a breakthrough is because we break down 3 steps shy of our breakthrough. You hear what I just said? You have to know how to keep your engine going. Okay. Here it is. The very moment when God is about to deliver you, when God is about to set you free, you tuck tail and run back the other direction because you're stuck in your own feelings. Can I help you right here? Listen, if you don't have a job, you can't get mad and stop filling out applications. Keep filling out the application. And every time you put your name on the dotted line, you say in the name of Jesus, this job is for me, and this doctor is not for you. You wake up the next morning, put on a good tie and a suit, and you fill out your name on the next application, whether it's closers or jack in the box, and you say, in the name of Jesus. Because if God don't do it today, he'll do it tomorrow. Preach back, I'm trying to. You hear what I just said? If God don't do it today, he'll do it tomorrow. But all he wants you to do is be consistent. Satan stop you from getting what you know God has for you. And perhaps God's delay is to keep you down on your knees so that you can look up. Because delay is not denial. Just because God holds up blessings don't mean he's not going to give them to you. He just want to know how many miles are you willing to get what you need. Talk about, watch this here, watch this. Because it's easy for us to get in our car and drive to the miracle. But it's another thing for us to have to work and walk to our miracle. You don't have a problem driving, but you have a problem walking. Because you have to exert some energy. And can I put a pin on right here and chase this rabbit? Sometimes you have to walk. Watch this. By yourself. Because listen, everybody can't roll with you. Everybody can't go where God go. Come on, here we go. Everybody can't go where God is taking you. And so you have to learn how to pull over, open up your car door, and drop folk off. Look at your neighbor and say, baby, sometimes I have to let folk go so they can fly on their own self. So, I'm almost out of here. Look at your neighbor and say, he almost through. Watch it. Oh, yeah, I'm almost through. I think I'm ready. Watch this. So listen. Present tense will suggest that every day she begged him and pleaded for his help. Perhaps wherever she saw him, in the grocery store, in the neighborhood. Perhaps she got up every day looking for this judge. And when she saw him, he just ignored. Come on, talk back to me. He didn't say a word. He just ignored. Perhaps he looked at her and said, listen, you don't have nothing to give me. So just move on. You don't need my help if you don't have nothing to give me. Talk back to me if you can. But watch this. Her prayer wasn't bland, it was bold. Here it is. You don't like bland food. Okay, talk to this side. You want food that has flavor. Everybody in this building, you had a choice between Tony's Zatarans or Tony Chachere's. Did I say it right, baby? Over Mrs. Dash. Miss Dash can stay wherever she is. You want some flavor in your food. And so when you pray with some flavor. You ask God to deliver me. You ask God to set you free. And you say it like you believe that he answered your prayer before you got down on your knees. How do you do that, Pastor Dawson? You get down on your knees and say, Father, here I am. And I just want to thank you in advance because I realized that you knew what I was going to say before I got down here. So I just